Donald Trump is the most American president that we've ever had in our entire lifetimes. As a matter of fact, he's the most American president we ever had because he represents what America truly is. Without all the fakeness, without all the corporate nonsense, without all the stuff that made me bored about politics, he is truly what America is right now, purely. Let's talk about history for a moment. The only way I can make you understand about America, I gotta talk about how America has always been greedy. It was engineered by greed for greed, and it runs on the fuel of its own endless, insatiable appetite. That is exactly how the national operating system has always run. That's how it is. We have always been this way. This nation has never worshiped any god more devoutly than the bottom line. We didn't just settle a continent. We strip mined everything from it. We sold it back to everybody. We destroyed it. We took everybody that was here and said this is ours. We didn't just build an economy. We engineered a global extraction engine and had the audacity to call its output freedom. You know how horrifying the working conditions were before OSHA, before having unions? You know how terrifying it was to have 40-hour work weeks, to actually have this model implemented nearly everywhere? To be a global world power, the hunger is not abstract. It is a physical, visceral, just baked into our daily bread is what it is. Do you think the triple bacon cheeseburger with a 64-ounce soda is just a meal? That is our entire thesis statement. You know how big of a sandwich a triple bacon cheeseburger is? You know how much 64 ounces of soda is? That's just a regular meal. Some people think that's small. Some people say I could have used more soda. A little feel peckish, actually. I need more. All greasy, all nasty. It is the culinary manifestation of more is never enough. Our portion sizes by themselves are a declaration of war on moderation. We always gotta be bigger, always better. We always gotta be the best. The very concept of enough is nothing. It's not hospitality to give more. This is pathology. This same logic, this relentless, expansive hunger dictates our foreign policy. Why dictate? Well, sorry, I apologize. Why negotiate when you can sanction? Why trade when you can dominate? Why be a neighbor when you can be a landlord? The drive-through menu and the Pentagon budget are drafted with the same monstrous, unappeasable ideology. So when I'm talking about Donald Trump, I mean in every core aspect of American culture, he is exactly that. And so if you don't believe me just based off food, let's stop talking about calories here. We are addicts of narrative. Our stories are not tales, they are acquisitions. The Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't a series of films. It is a corporate empire that has colonized the global imagination. That's what happened with the MCU. Selling a product of American exceptionalism. That's what it is. Our heroes don't collaborate, they conquer. Our billionaires aren't industrialists. Tony Stark is a superhero. That's what he is. Same way Elon Musk thinks he's a superhero. That's what it is. They are superheroes in their own origin stories, disrupting industries and treating human beings as collateral damage. We have been conditioned to see life as a solo sport, a relentless competition where the only sin is coming in second. Who came second to Usain Bolt? Nobody cares. Anyways, this is the cultural logic that has produced the robber baron, the hedge fund manager, the tech bro. The unshakable belief that the world is a resource to be consumed, that winning means leaving everyone else in your dust. Historically, our national motto has always been finders keepers. Huh? The Louisiana Purchase was the ultimate speculative real estate deal, buying land from France that France didn't truly own. The annexation of Hawaii was a corporate-backed coup, a hostile takeover dressed in the language of destiny. The Monroe Doctrine was a no trespassing sign nailed to two entire continents. Manifest destiny. That was our original sin, gussied up and pioneered drag. Oh, it was great. A theological justification for genocide. The belief that our hunger was a divine right. Our pattern is consistent. We see, we want, we take. And we always have a noble sounding excuse ready, printed on the wrapper. That's how American history has always been. So when I say Donald Trump is the most American president we ever had, he most profoundly is. A lot of people say that I hate Donald Trump. That's not true. Never said that. Not in any capacity. Never heard me say that, actually. Not in this video, at least. Anyways, we didn't evolve into a superpower. We digested our way to the top. Our national wealth is not built on rock. It is built on the foundation of stolen lives, stolen labor, and stolen land. The very cotton fields that financed our early industry were fertilized with blood. The Transcontinental Railroad, that symbol of unity, was laid down by exploited labor and paved over the sacred grounds of butchered nations. Now, this is usually the part where somebody says, but other countries did it too. You are correct. 100%. But I'm not in Japan. I'm not in India. As a matter of fact, I don't care about Canada. I don't care about none of that. You see, I'm American. I only care about America. You must grasp this one simple fact when I speak. I only care about America. Do you get that? Do you understand that? I don't care if you're going to tell me about Japan isolationism. I don't care if you're going to tell me about Beijing, China, or if you're going to tell me about how the Chinese emperor unified all of Japan by using horrifying evil tactics. I don't care if you're going to tell me about the journey of Rakshava in India. I don't care if you're going to tell me about how horrifying the pharaohs were. I don't care if you're going to tell me about the horrifying evils of the potato famine. I don't care about none of that because I know about it already. And guess what? I'm American. Don't care. Doesn't really matter to me, because I'm talking about America, so shut up. Anyways, our most cherished landscapes, the majestic national parks we tout as pristine, are monuments to ethic cleansing, lands we first stole and then sanctified, preserving the scenery after we had erased the people. We are a nation that loves the view so long as we don't see the ghosts. Our addiction isn't just to wealth, it's to the spectacle of being number one. Because I said before, you don't even know who came second place to Usain Bolt without looking it up. Who came second place to Simone Biles? No clue, right? No idea, huh? Who is always behind Michael Jordan? No clue, right? No clue, only care about number one. Who beat Mike Tyson? You might know that actually. You might actually know that. But Mike Tyson is the most notable one in capacity. We were number one with the moon landing. Oh, that was a geopolitical dunk. Yeah, we did it. The Olympics are a gold medal count dick measuring contest. Every skyscraper is a middle finger to the sky. We don't innovate for the sake of progress. We innovate for the sake of dominance. This alpha mentality has rotted our soul. We don't know how to share. We only know how to overshadow. We don't know how to partner. We don't know how to acquire. And do not dare to externalize this merely as a problem with the powerful. This sickness is the only thing that really trickled down. We think wealth's going to trickle down. Nope. The only thing that's trickled down is the sickness and become our cultural groundwater. We, the people, have internalized the greed. We measure our worth in square footage and Instagram followers. Nobody really cared to listen to me when I was saying this before, because I have not changed my mindset or mentality. No. But I got followers now, so guess what? He must be smart. Hundreds of thousands of people are listening. He must be smart. Shut up. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're just an idiot. I was saying the same stuff. There are people with less followers than me that say significantly smarter things than me by a wide metric mile. I just got lucky. I got lucky because I said a few funny things. Ha ha, hee hee ha. Now I got you hooked. Now I'm going to say a bunch of garbage. Now I'm going to tell my actual mindset. We've rebranded selfishness as hustle culture. You think people that are selfish are better? We pathologized community. That's the word I'm looking for. Every time I say that word, it messes me up. I have retainers in. I have motto aligners. Every time it messes me up so much. Stupid. We've called loneliness independence. We applaud the billionaire who dodges taxes as a job creator, while the teacher buying school supplies out of her own pocket, well, she's a sucker. She sucks. We treat charity as a hobby for the wealthy, not as a responsibility of the collective. This is stupid, but it's American. When we export this American culture that we want to show the world, same with the Fire Nation, we are not sharing wisdom. We are unleashing a virus. We do not send poets and philosophers. We send Kardashians and predator drones. We export a value system that prizes consumption over connection, individualism over community, and brand loyalty over critical thought. We are a cultural black hole sucking in the world's diversity and spitting out a homogenized plastic-coated product. They don't hate us for our freedom. They despise us for our hypocrisy, for invading and calling it liberation, for exploiting and calling it development, for selling emptiness and calling it the American dream. Even our crises are commodified. When a pandemic hit, we didn't unite. We hoarded. We turned a piece of cloth into a political battleground. We watched the poor get evicted while the stock market celebrated. We are incapable of collective sacrifice because the very idea contradicts our core programming. The self is supreme. The grand big joke behind all this is that it doesn't even work. We are the most affluent, medicated, and profoundly miserable empire in history. We are starving amidst plenty. We are lonely in the crowd of 300 million. The American dream was a marketing campaign for a product that doesn't exist. And we are all left holding a bill, drowning in debt and despair, wondering why the promised land feels so much like a strip mall parking lot. Now let's talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not a political figure. No, he is a thermodynamic one. He is the inevitable entropy of the heart of the American experiment, the final truth that a relentless system built on relentless consumption will eventually consume its own mythology. He is the human embodiment of the check engine light that has been blinking for 50 years, which we've been silencing by stuffing a rag in the dashboard. We keep screaming the slogans louder and louder, as if volume could substitute for virtue. We plaster our flags on everything from beer cans to bumper stickers. A desperate branding campaign, same with the Make America Great Again for a product that is fundamentally broken. Our infrastructure crumbles, our people suffer, and we've got the biggest bombs in the best superhero movies. This nation, with Donald Trump, will be exactly an even greater America. Because I want to tell you something very strong. This nation doesn't need to heal. It needs to do the most un-American act imaginable. It must look in the mirror. It must stop confusing pride for purpose, consumption for contentment, and selfishness for strength. Until then, we are not a land of the free and home of the brave. We are the land of the hungry and the home of the slave. Slaves to an appetite that can never be satisfied, forever starving with a full plate, wondering why the feast tastes like ashes. And that is why Donald Trump might be my favorite thing in America, period. A lot of people think I'm ragging on America. I'm not. I'm really not. I love it here. I think it's great. America was never a city upon a hill. It was a franchise, and Donald Trump, perfect person to lead it. He owns franchises, right? A franchise selling a product called freedom, and Donald Trump knows how to sell freedom. He knows how to make us great again, which upon closer inspection is the freedom to choose between 30 identical brands of toothpaste and the freedom to go bankrupt from a single medical bill. And Trump, well, he's the franchise owner who read the fine print and realized, wait a minute, there are no rules against selling snake oil in the lobby, and then had to go to put his name on the building in 100-foot high letters. He is the logical conclusion of image is everything. As a matter of fact, he didn't need a platform. He had a logo. He didn't need principles. He had a product line. From steaks to universities to a political movement, it's all the same core business, selling an aspirational fantasy to those who feel the real thing is just out of reach, just right there. I can reach it. You know what's sad? I speak to a lot of people that have made it, right? They all feel vastly empty and lonely because they encounter the greatest thing in Aesop's fable. Would you rather be a country mouse or a city mouse? Country mouse, life is fine. He has no access to crazy good foods like American culture and things of that variety, but he's content, he's happy, his family is well, and he is very happy with what he has. Then he meets the city mouse. City mouse comes in, he says, hey, your place sucks. Where's your PlayStation 5? As a matter of fact, you ain't got no Wi-Fi out here. Yeah, but I'm content, I'm happy, I do my work, I'm very well built, I'm not sick. Yeah, but you don't got Uber Eats. Come to the city with me. Country mouse goes to the city and Country mouse looks around and says, man, this is dangerous. This is rats and nastiness. Yeah, but look at this Taco Bell. Isn't this good? Yeah, that's fine and dandy, but the way you spoke about it, I felt insecure because comparison stepped in. That's what happens. We look at other people all the time. Look at the raw materials that Donald Trump is working with. We are a nation with the attention span curated by Instagram Shorts, Instagram Reels, all this stuff, TikTok. It's all we got. We have a moral compass calibrated by reality television. Well, Morgan Freeman says something cool, and Kim Kardashian said this is how you become a billionaire. That's cool. We have the emotional deepness defined by Instagram captions. That's all you got. Our heroes aren't statesmen. They are influencers. That's it. That's all you got. That's all we have. Our public square isn't a place for debate. It's a global coliseum for performative outrage. Oh, he hushed him up. That's the tea, honey. That's the tea, sis. Donald Trump is obviously gonna thrive in this. We're all both the gladiators and the bloodthirsty crowd all together. He didn't create this landscape. Donald Trump is not doing anything different than what he's already seen. He was simply the first one to plant a flag on its highest peak and declare himself king. That's what he's done. He is the president that the algorithm would have built if you fed it every episode of The Apprentice, every Super Bowl commercial, and every issue of Playboy magazine. We get Donald Trump. That's what we got. And that is America. I believe what is really messing us all up is our central nervous system operating the whole thing. Our relationship with truth. We have entered an age of enlightenment. We have infinite information, all access, all readily available, and zero wisdom. It's beautiful. It's as if we have all the wealth in the world, but nothing to spend it on. That is what we have. We have access to every fact, period, all of them. Every peer-reviewed study, every primary source documented, ever digitalized. And we use this godlike power to dive headfirst into conspiracy rabbit holes. That would make a medieval peasant say, "Oh, this is strange. Well, I wouldn't even think that. That's a little bit off." The internet was supposed to be, and I say this all the time, the Library of Alexandria. And I wish you knew what that was, and I hope you know what that is. And I know what you're gonna say. How dare you question my intelligence? I know what the Library of Alexandria is. If you are mad at me calling you out, you are part of the problem. And I'm so happy to read your comment and just ignore it. Did you know I can do that? Every time I do that, every time I just read it and just keep going with my life. Instead of the Library of Alexandria, which you probably don't know what that is, it's become the world's largest, most poorly moderated form of weaponized confirmation bias. No one that I have ever met, ever, has initially sought truth, only affirmation. That is why I'm so good at manipulating people. We don't want our views challenged. We want them laminated and handed back to us by an AI that we've trained to tell us we're always right. What? You know what's crazy? I remember this. Why do you think there are people falling in love with AI? Same reason why Narcissus fell in love with his own reflection in the mirror. Simple. It's because it's trained to love you. This is the fertile ground in which Trumpism didn't just grow, it is metastasized. He's the first president whose primary mode of communication was the tweet, a medium designed for impulse, not for thought, a medium that rewards simplification, hyperbole, and tribal loyalty over every bit of nuance, accuracy, or consensus. He understood that in the attention economy, a provocative lie travels infinitely faster and further than a complex, boring truth. He doesn't debate his opponents. No. He brandjacked them. He gave them nicknames, reducing complex political figures to cartoon villains, because that's the narrative language we understand. He turned politics into a WWE storyline, and a significant portion of the country either loved him for being the heel or couldn't look away from the train wreck. I'm both. I am both. I am deeply both at this point. Because by goodness, he's the only reason I actually care about politics. I did not give a single solitary damn about politics till Donald Trump entered the arena and said, "Hey guys," like all might before him, "I am here." And he, by goodness, is here. God, he is America. I will never forget COVID-19. That was a genuine crisis. It was the purest expression of his, and unarguably our, mindset. A pandemic is a complex, terrifying problem that requires scientific literacy and collective sacrifice, and a sober acknowledgement of grim reality. It's literally the antithesis of branding. It requires such skill and precision. What did he do? He tried to brand it. He became a wartime president without a war, touting miracle cures from the podium, turning public health guidance into a culture war battleground. I don't even know how it's possible. I was so impressed. I was impressed. I said, "Whoa, this is amazing." This is so stupid. I was impressed. Obsessing over the television ratings of his own breathing. The virus didn't care about the stock market. The virus didn't care about the poll numbers. And then there are people saying, yep, that's a conspiracy, actually. We got a conspiracy because COVID was a conspiracy. It's a whole thing. It's a hoax. And people believe that. Oh, it was so funny. I miss pandemic so much for that alone. Oh my God. It was great. It was great. It was so, in America, the perception is the reality. And when the two violently diverged, he simply denied the reality and doubled down on the perception. It was the ultimate act of American faith, believing in the power of positive spin to overcome physics and biology. If you believe hard enough, this is going to be great. Historically, we've always preferred the showman to the scholar. I'll give you some examples to make this a lot easier for you. Andrew Jackson was a genocidal maniac and was celebrated as a man of the people. Don't even know how that's possible. P.T. Barnum, a master hoaxer. He became a folk hero. Probably don't know who P.T. Barnum is. I don't know if you know who that is, but I know P.T. Barnum. He's important. Ronald Reagan, you know Ronald Reagan, sold us. He was an actor, by the way. Ronald Reagan was an actor. He sold us Morning in America, a commercial for a sunrise that was, for many, already noon. Trump is the synthesis of all these threads. He's Jackson's belligerent populism, Barnum's cynical hucksterism, and Reagan's telegenic optimism, all filtered through the cracked lens of Twitter and Fox News. Trump did not break the system. As a matter of fact, I would argue that he is the system operating at peak efficiency, having finally shed the pretense of civility, the vestigial origin of political decorum. That is what Donald Trump is. So when I say this statement, and you think you can disagree with me, you don't know America like I know America. He is the most American president. He is the unvarnished id of a nation that has always believed its own press releases. He is the embodiment of our obsession with winning because guess what? We won! Our celebration of wealth is virtue, our distrust of expertise, and the bottomless capacity for self-delusion. He is the mirror we have been staring into all this time. Some of us with adoration, some of us with horror, but all of us recognizing on some level the reflection. He is not the exception to the rule. He is the rule. The rule rewrote. We lived. We died by it. Rule we finally made president. I know what you're going to say. Why do you hate Trump? Whenever did I say I hate Trump? As a matter of fact, whenever did I say I hate America? You think Biden would do this? Biden sucks. Kamala Harris sucks. Guess what? Trump sucks too. America sucks. But guess what? This is going to sound crazy. I'm proud to be an American. I really am. I am proud to be an American. I'm proud because this is the only laboratory on earth that has successfully proven that confidence is the perfect substitute for competence. You know what's crazy? I work 40 hours a week, sometimes 50, at Amazon. Why do I work at Amazon 40, 50 hours a week? That's because my mother is taking care of my little autistic brother, having a horrifying time with that. Sucks for her. So I like to give her a little bit extra money. My dad had prostate cancer and he's suffering. I don't give him a lot of money, but I give my brother who watches him money. I just recently gave my brother my old car. Car was $3,000, had 80,000 miles on it. Gave him that car. Why did I do that? Because I love my family. I really do. And I work extra hard with YouTube and Instagram. I post all this stuff by myself. I don't script videos, but I make sure I produce enough content so you guys stay satiated. And I have cultivated my speech to a point, to a fervor that makes people think I sound intelligent. And I try my best to sound intelligent when I speak. It's very important to me that I use my 11th grade vocabulary to speak higher words because I'm speaking at an 11th grade vocabulary and people think that I'm speaking college level, but that's wrong. That's completely wrong. If I spoke with the 6th grade vocabulary, things would be a lot easier, by the way. I love this place. I do so much work because a loud, wrong opinion is more valuable than a quiet, correct one. And I love that. This country grants you the sacred, inalienable right to be a goddamn moron in the public square, to have the intellectual horsepower of a clogged garbage disposal, and to not only get away with it, but to potentially monetize it. That is the American nope, the American grift. And it's open to everybody. Your brain can be a screensaver of conspiracy theories and half-remembered memes, and you still qualify for your own podcast, a platform for which to preach your gospel of glorious ignorance to an audience of thousands who are somehow, miraculously, even less informed. And the beautiful, terrifying part is the ecosystem that supports this. You are never the bottom of the barrel here. The barrel has a false bottom, and beneath it a trapdoor, and beneath that a sub-basement of staggering, weaponized stupidity. You can walk into a Walmart and deliver a spontaneous, frothing up the mouth lecture on how the earth is flat because you once spilled a glass of water and it didn't fall off the table. And I guarantee you, someone stocking the shelves will nod sagely and say, they don't want you to know that. Your dentist might be a flat earther. Your plumber might believe in ancient astronauts. Your cousin, who failed high school biology, is now a sovereign citizen expert on YouTube. It's grand hierarchical pyramid of nonsense, and no matter where you stand, there's always a wider, more delusional base beneath you, holding you up, making you feel, by comparison, like a scholar of the Enlightenment. Oh, it's great. And who is in charge of this circus? A lot of people say, well, what about Biden, huh? What about Harris? What about Clinton? You love Clinton, don't you? I don't like any politician. Period. I'm gonna be crystalline with this point. I want to be very clear. I wouldn't trust a single one of them to water my plants, let alone steward the soul of a nation. The whole left-right paradigm is a shell game, a spectacle designed to make you feel like you have a choice between chicken and steak, when in reality you're choosing the same seasoning on a bowl of shit. That is what's happening here. The Democrats will cry for you while they pick your pocket. The Republicans will tell you to pick yourself by your bootstraps while they're selling the boots out from under you. That's what's it. They're all actors in the same terrible play, reading from different scripts but funded by the same corporate patrons. I don't give a damn about these politics. You think I give a damn? You think I'm part of some culture war? No, their wars are the same. Their banks are the same. Their contempt for you is the same. The only difference is the color of tie they wear, and while they lie to your face, they're just lying to your face. American politics hasn't been about policy for decades. It's been about aesthetics. It's about vibes. Tribal performance art. People don't vote for a healthcare plan. They vote for a guy who looks like he could win a bar fight. They vote for the feeling of belonging, for the dopamine hit of owning the libs or crushing the cons. It's a sport where the stadium is the country and the price of admission, well, that's your critical thinking. And yet here's the perverse beauty. This entire shambolic, soul-crushing pageant grants me the ultimate freedom. The freedom to opt the hell out. The freedom to look at both teams, at the screaming coaches, and brainwash fans and just walk away. Oh, look, the enlightened centrists. Listen here, you dumb sack of shit. I hate you. I just want to say no thank you to centrism, to everything. I said, I don't care about anything in the middle. I don't care about none of this. I don't. I really don't. You know who I care about the most? Humans. People. All as a whole. All together, collectively, working. That's what I want. In some places, especially here, my neutrality is a crime. However, because there are also people who think like me, I now have the luxury of being able to watch as well. That's right. I get to watch the whole thing burn from my lawn chair in cheap food, roasting both sides with the same breath. I can do it all I want to. Wanna know why? Who cares? Generally, who cares? Right? Who gives a damn? And that right there is the source of my pride. I love being American because I had the freedom to not be involved in the rat race and still be successful somehow. Isn't that funny? Isn't that weird? Isn't that strange how I work at Amazon and still able to do all this stuff? Isn't that strange? It's the source of my pride. Not the flag, not the anthem, not the dusty cherry tree fables. It's the freedom to mock the machinery, the freedom to point at the emperor and all his would-be successors and scream, no, I'm not angry. I have a delirious, cathartic laughter. That's what I have. I have the right to call this whole thing a scam, a sham, a beautifully packaged high definition fraud. And I don't have to disappear in the night. This country is a beautiful, broken, bloated, contradictory mess, and I can say that. I can wear that truth on a t-shirt and while I eat a burger shaped like the country itself. I don't believe in the system. I think the Constitution is a PDF file that everyone argues about annotating. I think the political parties are two wings of the same rotting bird, but I love the chaos. I cherish the freedom to be a glorious, thinking, skeptical idiot in a sea of true believers. I love it. I'm proud to be an American because here, in this magnificent, decaying zoo, where you choose between a donkey for some reason and an elephant, those are the symbols of the Democratic and the Democrats and the Republican Party for some reason. I am here. Being dumb is not a handicap. As a matter of fact, it's a national pastime. Thinking for yourself, even if you're wrong, is the most radical patriotic act of all. Because it doesn't matter if I'm wrong here. Someone's going to agree or disagree. Doesn't matter what I say ever, actually. Doesn't even matter. It's so freeing to have this mindset that no matter what I say, someone's going to get pissed or someone's going to agree. Isn't that nice? Say whatever you want. Remember, I was talking to somebody. This is important. I was talking to somebody. They had said, I think, this is a person, LGBTQIA plus community. They said, I think trans women are holding everything back because without trans people, we would probably be a lot further. Because I'm pretty sure we got past the gay hate and lesbian hate, but trans people set us all the way back. And that's why the T-app failed. And he won this whole thing about how the T-app failed because there was trans women trying to get on the app and people were putting on wigs, trying to get into the T-app, faking being trans. And that trans woman still has men in there. So it was a whole thing. It was crazy. It was a whole thing. And I said, maybe. Didn't even disagree. Just said, maybe. And he said, I'm happy you agree. Despite the fact that I didn't agree. And that is beautiful. I just love this place. I love this country. I'm happy with the president because he's definitely America and we got what we deserve. That's what you guys get. That's really what you get. It's really fun to witness. It's so fun. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm going to put an ad here. Well, strange to put an ad at the end of the video, isn't it? Yeah, this ad, every time someone signs up, I get $6. So I thought I'd put it here so you didn't have to watch it. I prefer if people don't watch ads. It's really nice not to. But I'm gonna probably do this for more videos, just to add it at the end here because anyway, here goes the ad, by the way.
Hey, you actually stuck around for the ad? I'm so proud of you. Let me tell you what I'm pitching to you real fast. Here's something you can do when you're bored. Playing games and getting paid for it. If you hit the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you see that popping up right there? Look at that. It's so cool. It's so convenient. You can sign up to freecash.com and start right away. Now, I know your inclination to say this is a scam, but I assure you, I tried it myself. I thought it was a scam myself. Actually, I did actually try it out. It actually works. I didn't expect to actually get paid, but I'm getting moolah, baby. It's simple. Create an account with your email and password. It takes seconds. Literal seconds. Inside, you'll see a wall of games, a bevy of things, and offers. Pick one you actually enjoy, play through levels, and cash land straight into your free cash account. It's like turning your downtime into a side hustle without even noticing. Some people pull in $10 to $20 a day, but I've seen reports of much more moolah, Mr. Krabs. I've seen Scrooge McDuck numbers, and you can do this all while laying in your bedroom playing games on your phone. All they ask of you is that you spend your time playing the video games. They just want your time. Now, you could spend a little bucks in-game to hit levels faster, which lets you unlock the bigger offers and payouts because you got to hit the levels to get bigger payouts. That's how some use it, earning hundreds, even $500 or more on certain offers. It's crazy, but you don't have to spend anything. You can just stick to the free levels like I did and still cash out. The whole point is that instead of just sitting there scrolling endlessly through TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever, you're playing and earning at the same time. When it's time to cash out, you got options. You want to hit up PayPal, you want some gift cards, you can do whatever you want to. It's your decision. It's your world. I'm just living in it. So if you're curious, hit the link in my description or scan the code that's been on screen the entire time. You can just scan the code right there. You have the ability to just screen capture, scan the code, click the description. Make sure you do it through me, guys. Sign up for my link because I'm broke, guys. I'm doing this for the money, man. I got my family locked up. I'm begging you, please start playing for cash in your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you'll get a $5 bonus to get things right off. So go ahead and get the free cash right now. Freecash.com and Ceros TV are not responsible for any bodily harm, any extra harm, anybody getting destroyed, anybody getting hit with a meteor, anybody getting hit with a natural disaster, anybody getting hit with the power of God, anybody with God's wrath, any thunder striking your body, anybody that actually has kids because of this, anybody that gains thousands of dollars, they do not use that in order to attack me or strike me and send drones to my house to destroy my entire body. I appreciate it. That'd be lovely. Thank you. I really appreciate it a lot. And if you could enjoy this, just use my link in the description. Like I said before, use the QR code, go ahead and do that. Everything's bye.
Okay, back to whatever I was talking about before. So I get $6 anytime anybody watches that ad. I get $6. Dollar dues. That's what I get. Well, not watches it. More so, you gotta sign up. You sign up, you can delete the app. You sign up, I get $6. So if you want to help me out, that'd be great. I'm trying to have my brother go through speech therapy school. He can't speak. He's autistic and he nonverbal. He can't speak and communicate. I can talk to him, but he doesn't He can't speak. So there's that. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're at, and bye.
I'm your Nick and Night, be my Laura Angelo. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.